Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Current Affairs MCQs. Let's start with previous day's practice question. The question was, consider the following statements regarding the Gyan Bharatam mission. 1. It aims to survey, document and conserve India's manuscript heritage, targeting over 1 crore manuscripts housed in various institutions and private collections. 2. It has been launched under the Archaeological Survey of India. Which of these statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Gyan Bharatam mission aimed at surveying, documenting and conserving India's vast manuscript heritage. The initiative seeks to conserve over 1 crore manuscripts housed in academic institutions, museums, libraries and private collections. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Budget allocation. To accommodate this new initiative, the budget allocation for the National Manuscripts Mission has been increased from Rs 3.5 crore to Rs 60 crore. Gyan Bharatam mission was launched under NMM by the Ministry of Culture in 2003 under the Indira Gandhi National Centre for Arts. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Let's begin today's session. The first question is, with reference to India's energy sector, consider the following statements. 1. India is the world's third largest oil importer and consumer. 2. India aims to double its oil and gas exploration area by 2030. 3. The ethanol blended petrol program has reduced carbon dioxide emissions by over 500 lakh metric tons in India. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. India, the world's third largest oil importer and consumer, relies on imports for over 85% of its crude needs, with primary energy demand set to nearly double to 1,123 million tons of oil equivalent by 2040, driven by a projected gross domestic product rise to USD 8.6 trillion, making supply stability crucial. Hence, statement 1 is correct. India aims to double its oil and gas exploration area from 0.5 million square kilometer by 2025 to 1 million square kilometer by 2030. Hence, statement 2 is correct. New projects in the Krishna-Godavari basin and offshore exploration efforts are expected to boost output. Ethanol blending target. Advance 20% by 2025 to 26 to reduce reliance on fossil fuels, with ethanol production capacity reaching around 1,600 crore litres as of September 2024. The ethanol blended petrol program has reduced carbon dioxide emissions by 544 lakh metric tons and substituted 181 lakh metric tons of crude oil. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next, exercise Khanjar 12 is conducted between which of the following pairs of countries? India Kyrgyzstan, India Bangladesh, India Japan, or India Kazakhstan. The correct answer is option A, India Kyrgyzstan. The 12th edition of the India Kyrgyzstan Joint Special Forces exercise Khanjar 12 is being held in Kyrgyzstan. Initiated in 2011, it is an annual exercise conducted alternatively in both countries. The Indian Army's Parachute Regiment and Kyrgyzstan's Scorpion Brigade are participating. The exercise aims to enhance cooperation in counter-terrorism and special operations in urban and high-altitude terrain. Key areas of focus include sniping, building intervention, and mountain warfare. Additionally, cultural exchanges, including Kyrgyz festival Nowruz celebrations, will strengthen bilateral ties. This exercise reinforces India-Kyrgyzstan defense cooperation, addressing regional security challenges like terrorism and extremism, while promoting peace and stability in the region. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Next, regarding the Khadi and Village Industries Commission, consider the following statements. 1. It is a statutory body established under the Khadi and Village Industries Commission Act 1956 and functions under the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. 2. Honey Mission is an initiative of KVIC that promotes beekeeping and honey production and integrates bee farming with agriculture for additional income. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Khadi and Village Industries Commission is a statutory body established under the Khadi and Village Industries Commission Act 1956 and functions under the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It plans, promotes and implements programs for Khadi and village industries, coordinating with rural development agencies. Honey Mission is an initiative of KVIC that promotes beekeeping and honey production and integrates bee farming with agriculture for additional income. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Apiculture products include honey, royal jelly, beeswax, pollens that are widely used in pharmaceuticals, food, beverages, beauty and other industries. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next, consider the following statements. 1. Defense Acquisition Procedure 2020 promotes Make First and Make Second projects to encourage private sector participation in defense manufacturing. 2. Two defense industrial corridors were established in Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu to boost defense manufacturing. 3. Major indigenization projects led by defense public sector units include INS Vikrant and LCA Tejas. How many of the statements given above is or are not correct? Only one, only two, all three, none. The correct answer is option D, none. India's initiatives to reduce arms imports. Rupees 6.21 lakh crore allocated for defense in budget 2024-25 with 75% of capital procurement reserved for domestic manufacturers. Defense Acquisition Procedure 2020 prioritizes domestic procurement over foreign purchases, promotes Make First and Make Second projects to encourage private sector participation in defense manufacturing. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Two corridors were established in Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu to boost defense manufacturing. Hence, statement 2 is correct. 74% foreign direct investment via the automatic route and 100% via the government route in defense manufacturing. India has 16 defense public sector units, including Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, Bharat Electronics Limited, and Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders. Major indigenization projects led by DPSUs include INS Vikrant, India's first indigenous aircraft carrier, and LCA Tejas, advanced fighter jet developed by HAL. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next, which of the following statements about the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty is correct? The NPT mandates all countries to eliminate their nuclear weapons within a fixed timeline. It defines nuclear weapon states as those possessing nuclear weapons before 1st January 1967. India is a signatory to the NPT, or the NPT is enforced by the United Nations Security Council. The correct answer is option B. The Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty does not mandate all countries to eliminate their nuclear weapons within a fixed timeline. It requires nuclear weapon states to pursue disarmament without a deadline, while allowing non-nuclear weapon states to use nuclear technology for peaceful purposes. The nuclear NPT defines NWS as those that had tested and possessed nuclear weapons before 1st January 1967. These states include the USA, UK, France, China, and USSR. India is not a signatory to the NPT because it considers it discriminatory, as it allows only 5 countries to legally possess nuclear weapons. The International Atomic Energy Agency, not the United Nations Security Council, is responsible for monitoring compliance with the NPT. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next, consider the following statements. 1. It is a colorless liquid with a bitter taste at room temperature, highly unstable, and decomposes into oxygen and water, releasing heat. 2. It is used as an antiseptic for wounds and a disinfectant in hospitals and clinics. 3. It is a strong oxidizer and may cause spontaneous ignition with combustible materials. Which of the following compounds best matches the above description? Hydrogen peroxide, sodium hypochlorite, potassium permanganate, or chlorine dioxide? The correct answer is option A, hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is a colorless liquid with a bitter taste at room temperature, highly unstable, and decomposes into oxygen and water, releasing heat. It is used as an antiseptic for wounds and a disinfectant in hospitals and clinics. It is a strong oxidizer and may cause spontaneous ignition with combustible materials. Recently, researchers have developed an efficient, eco-friendly and energy-saving method to synthesize hydrogen peroxide. Peroxide chemicals are organic compounds that contain a peroxide functional group, 2 linked oxygen atoms. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Next, with reference to India's pharmaceutical industry, consider the following statements. 1. India ranks 3rd globally in pharmaceutical production by volume. 2. India is the largest supplier of genetic medicines worldwide, meeting 20% of global demand. 3. The National List of Essential Medicines regulates the price of certain life-saving drugs in India. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 2 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. India ranks 3rd globally in pharmaceutical production by volume and 14th largest in terms of value, supplying over 50% of global vaccine demand and 40% of genetic medicines in the US. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Size. India's pharmaceutical market for financial year 2023-24 is valued at USD 50 billion, contributing around 1.72% of the GDP and is projected to reach USD 130 billion by 2030. India's biotechnology sector, valued at USD 137 billion in 2022, aims for USD 300 billion by 2030. Key segments. Generic medicines. India is the world's largest supplier, meeting 20% of global demand. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Active pharmaceutical ingredients. India produces over 500 APIs, contributing 8% to the global API market. Medical devices. The market is projected to grow from USD 11 billion to USD 50 billion by 2030. Pricing pressures. Strict price controls under National List of Essential Medicines impact the profitability of pharma companies, hindering innovation and incentives for industry. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next, consider the following statements regarding Pashu Aushadhi Kendras. 1. These Kendras provide only ethno-veterinary medicines based on traditional Indian knowledge. 2. Pashu Aushadhi Kendras are launched under the Rashtriya Gokul Mission, which focuses on the conservation of indigenous cattle breeds. Which of these statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. Pashu Aushadhi Kendras, modeled after Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Kendras, provide generic medicines, veterinary medicines to improve livestock health and reduce farmers' expenses. Pashu Aushadhi Kendras will also sell ethno-veterinary medicines which are based on traditional Indian knowledge and indigenous practices. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Pashu Aushadhi Kendras, introduced under the Livestock Health and Disease Control Program, has a Rs 75 crore allocation for veterinary medicines and sales incentives. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. The LHDCP is a centrally sponsored scheme under the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, focused on enhancing livestock health, productivity and disease management with a total outlay of Rs 3,880 crore from 2024 to 26. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next, with reference to the System of National Accounts 2008, consider the following statements. 1. It is a comprehensive set of macroeconomic accounts to meet the needs of government and private sector analysts and policymakers. 2. It was jointly prepared by India and the International Monetary Fund. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. The System of National Accounts 2008 is a comprehensive, consistent and flexible set of macroeconomic accounts to meet the needs of government and private sector analysts, policymakers and decision takers. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It was prepared jointly by the International Monetary Fund, the European Union, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the United Nations and the World Bank. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. These 5 organizations constitute the Inter-Secretariat Working Group on National Accounts that has been mandated by the Statistical Commission of the United Nations to oversee international coordination in the development of national accounts. Hence, option A is the correct answer. The last question is, consider the following statements. 1. As a central geographic point, it is important for commerce and connectivity in the Indian Ocean. 2. As a member of the African Union, Indian Ocean Rim Association and the Indian Ocean Commission, it is a stepping stone to multiple geographies. 3. It is also a founding member of the Small Island Developing States. Which of the following locations best matches the above description? Maldives, Mauritius, Sri Lanka or Seychelles? The correct answer is option B, Mauritius. As a central geographic point, Mauritius holds importance for commerce and connectivity in the Indian Ocean. As a member of the African Union, Indian Ocean Rim Association and the Indian Ocean Commission, Mauritius is a stepping stone to multiple geographies. As a founding member of the Small Island Developing States, it has been seen as a significant neighbor to India. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. Consider the following statements. 1. Iran is located at a strategic and crucial geographical location between the Persian Gulf and the Caspian Sea. 2. Makran is part of the plateau of Balochistan, which is shared between Pakistan and Iran. 3. The Strait of Hormuz is a choke point through which much of the world's oil supply passes and is thus strategically important. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, none. Send the answer to this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.